All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our broadcast. Happy to have all of you here with us this morning, wherever you're joining us from. Believe it or not, it's already 21st day of January. We got a couple of days left. Parliament, the National Assembly, meets on Monday. We have a lot, a lot happening in that regard. We hope to share with you folks this morning. We want some feedback today. Today is one of those days. We want some feedback and we want some coffee. How y'all doing? Privileged to have all of you here with us this morning. Good to be back. Folks, my room and let him tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be off. Just for the day. We're going to be off for the day, another location. Tomorrow, yeah, gotta do the work, folks. We only do that on the ground. You know, being in the air is nice. Talking to you wonderful folks, but having valid, credible information to share with you on what's happening in this country of ours. I guard that jealously. I love it. I love to walk. You know, and I want you all hold me accountable. You all think I shirking a little bit? I want to walk, folks. I want to walk. That's what I want to do. That is what I want to do, folks, on your behalf. Might I, on your behalf. Good morning, Moses, and good morning, Mandy, and it's all the M's here. Marcia, good morning to you. We can break the part now. Eva and Sandra and Desiree. Mark, come back to the pattern. M. Good morning, folks. How are you guys doing? What I want to do for a cup of coffee. But they left me to my own devices, the cafeteria staff, the kitchen staff. They left me to my own devices this morning. I'm talking hard so you could hear. What I want to do for a cup of coffee this? Are you like that? I throw hints and shade. Right? And shade. Denise, Champagne Collision, says she wants some of that Rupinuni sun in New Jersey. She says it's 18 degrees, yes. My Aunt Elizabeth celebrated a birthday on the 19th, and they were out, and she was telling me how cold. I was right there with them on the phone. I want to see everything. I want to see the lapsi I'll eat it. I want to see the cake. I want to see everything. She was telling me how cold it is. 18 degrees in New Jersey. Saying that. The warmth of the Rupununi. It's a beautiful day. I love it. If the transportation was good, you know, quick and reliable, I would have been flying to the Rupununi, live in the Rupununi, come and work in the city. You know, if you had good jobs too, work right there. Good internet and so on. It is so beautiful. Oh, the flight back, Jesus. Reminds me when I was remarking to my colleague, Member of Parliament, Drew Finance, who was part of the team. I was remarking to her, I said, this was like when Travis and I were coming back from Abruma. My God. The plane left early. Right? Arrived late. They had some storm clouds. If storm cloud was pothole, they knocked everyone yesterday. And then I could see the pilot, co-pilot, he was training training a pilot. I could see him going around, try to go around the long way to avoid. But the more around, he go like the following way. I swear to God, the people sat on them clouds yesterday to follow us. When you're in a plane and you hear that rain hitting that window, it's a pop, 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 pop. You know, it was a lot of rain. You know, and I saw that at some point. I swear to God, that plane was flying sideways. That plane made some drops. You know, hit some clouds, made some sudden drops, tilted the side. You know, make a dive, string, ting. So what is this? Nearer my God today. Nearer my God, but we gotta do it. Valid, credible information. Don't always come and meet you. Sometimes you gotta go and meet it. Zing, zing, zing. Little plane shooting across the skies. Thank you, Father, for land. Put them on foot. I keep telling you, I like traveling. I like being in a different place. But see the process to get there. The process to get there. We're good to have all of you in the live this morning. Alex and Roderick, and I see Marlon is here. To all the Marlins, Eva, and my God, good to see all of you. Auntie Sandra's on the live today, and Michelle and Sharon, all the beautiful folks. How are you folks doing yesterday? Let me get right to it. I want your feedback this morning. I want your feedback today because we're talking a couple of things. Not everything, but a couple of things. This is the morning. I want feedback. Right? We want feedback. Don't be bashful. Not today. Don't do it. Right? Not today. Don't be bashful. I want you all feedback because these are the issues we're grappling with. These are some of the things that are trending, and we have to have your feedback on it. The Speaker of the National Assembly and that broadcast last evening, you all had a chance to listen. We told you all, this year can only be about song bites. Look, I invite all of you. Over the last 2 weeks, we have posted so much content to my profile. Not credible sources, my profile. I wish when you come out of your soundbite phase, you want everything now. Go through my profile and see some of the things we've covered over the last 2 weeks, from Mabaruma to Latem. Look at some of those issues. I've noted since we've left Mabaruma, we made an intervention with the Kosorimo Bridge. They hastened to finish it off. Thank you. And now it's open to the public. Thank you. Since we've been there, brought attention to the bridge. Folks, you think you understand why we got to go on the ground? Brenda Casey, good to see you, Brenda. You all think you understand why we got to go on the ground? Been at the Kosorimo Bridge, right? The Kosorimo Duncan Bridge, and pointed out the dereliction of duty of the regional chairman, Brenton Ashley, wasting time collecting taxpayers' dollars under false pretense. Brenton Ashley there in Mabaruma. That's what they're doing. Collecting money under false pretense. So we've been there. Point out what was happening with the bridge, the long delay. I did tell you, every time I go there, I tend to visit, take a look, peep in. Y'all know we fast. That shouldn't strike you as odd. We go to see what's happening. We want to know what's happening. And so we peep in, try to stay on top of what's going on there, right? And that is one of the things that took us to that bridge, the Kosorimo, Hosororo, bridges those two areas. Very important artery there. Bridges those two areas. And we wanted to have a look, see exactly what is happening in this area. Like I said, you could only know what is happening if you go there. And so we went there. Right? We ain't afraid of nobody. We went there respectfully. We had a look. We had to see what's going on. We brought it back to you, right? And we're grateful we were able to move that issue forward. We're thankful for that we were able to move that issue forward. In addition to that, Sion and Eva, Brenda, Simone, Siobhan, in addition to that, we would have highlighted what's going on at the Hosororo Secondary School. You got to pass the Kosorimo Bridge to go into Hosororo in Region 1 there, Mabaruma. And so we pointed out what was happening at the secondary school. Beatrice, Audrey, we pointed out what was happening at the Hosororo Secondary School. Third, fourth time we've been there in the last 2 years. And in similar fashion to the Kosorimo Bridge, they hustle quick. They hustle quick to open the school, even though it's incomplete. Even though there's nowhere to house the students who live in, there's nowhere to house the teachers, because all of those facilities are unfinished. The auditorium is unfinished, and some of the final works for the classroom is unfinished as well. But again, we caught them lapsing, and now they're hurrying. I heard the REO says he gonna buy fan the day before school opening. You know? They're gonna buy fan the day before school opening. They now get the water to work. They now get electricity to the building, but they're testing nothing. The testing with your students there. And we're happy to be part of that. That is the role of the opposition. And when we get into government, we'll have a role in government too. And we understand the role that we have. And so I'm very happy on the part of the people of Mabaruma, we could help to move the dial on these issues. Right? To move the dial on them. So there's got a lot of finer things that must be done. But I'm happy, right, that we push them. They got more things too. And I ain't even come to let them yet. You see that? But the point I want to make, homie, Isabella and Helen Collins and Sharon and so on. If I ain't working hard, you all tell me, you know. If you got people on the live now, 700 of you, who live in some part of this country, who think we ought to see something, I beg of you, send me a message, the man. Send me a message. You know, and I ain't finished with Mabaruma as yet, because they're telling us in Kamaka, this is the capital now, in Kamaka, 6 million was given for different things, and they can't give an account of where the money gone through the LCDS. So I'm not finished with them as yet. Brendan Ashley and the regional executive officer, I ain't done with them. I ain't done with them as yet. We want to know where the money gone. Where the money gone? I was told that a very close associate of the regional chairman, Brendan Ashley, who collected money under false pretense, pretending that he's working. He isn't working. He walks with his chest high in the air, you know, slapping a slip on his feet. You think that is working? That's not working. Working is where you're doing the cameras aren't there. If you were working, that bridge would finish a long time ago. You're working, that school will complete long now. Stop harassing the teachers. Where the 6 million gone? From the Kamaki area that should have gone into those projects there. But gone. So, as I said, Ivan and Sharon on my profile, all the parliamentary work I'm doing, specific there. And if you go there and you realize this man is making no sense, tell me. I can get it right. One way or the other, very soon, very shortly. Let me know. I can get it right. I'm going to get it right. On your behalf. So fire up those voice notes. Don't be long. It's not your show. I want a 5 minutes voice note. Oh, take a minute now. Take a minute. Please and thank you. Fire up the voice notes. I want to hear from you. I don't like talk too much this morning. As I said, I want to hear from you. And in between, I'll talk to you about some other things that are happening. But our focus this morning is to speak of the National Assembly because, my God, some of what he said last evening is beyond the pale. You know, I believe in the better angels of people. Not of the PPP. Not of the PPP. Oh, they fed him a script. And they said, man, so we gave this work here. You got to go there now, take one for the team. And took one for the team, he did. He delivered a fair blast. The diplomatic community. Telling them to stay out of our business. We will suspend and prorogue this National Assembly. Stop its business for how long? We what? That's what we selling them in effect. Mind your own business. The truth. Take a look, take a listen. Somebody said.
Right now, those events are being mirrored outside of my home in Echoes, being staged by international fugitive Azzuddin Mohammed and his supporters. That's happening at this moment. They have carried on surveillance. They've impunged on my privacy and my family's privacy. They've made threat against the safety of my family and I have a constitutional right to peace, enjoyment of my home, and this has been repeatedly violated by Azzuddin Mohammed and his supporters. This is the truth. I am not sanctioned by a U.S. court. I am not indicted by a U.S. court. I am not a fugitive.
Yep, that's some what he said. That is some of what he said. He's not a fugitive. He's not sanctioned. You know, when he said as yet, you know. He ain't indicted. When he said that, I said, as yet. You know. But this is the Speaker of the National Assembly for us. Speaker of the National Assembly, the issue we're dealing with. You know, for better or for worse.
Hey, Mr. Duncan, good.
For better or for worse.
How are you?
Let's see if we can get it right.
I have a question.
Let's see if we can get it right.
I heard the speaker made a statement last night.
He did.
Saying that on Monday, they're going to have election to select an opposition leader. I never heard him saying that he's going to swear in an opposition leader. But then also on Monday, it's budget day. You understand? Now, if it goes in a way like people don't like who they might have selected as an opposition leader, what's going to be the outcome with the budget?
Yeah, good question. It's a simple process. It's a simple process. And sometimes I wonder if the PPP and WIN working together. Sometimes I wonder that. Because they must realize by now that everything that they do just gives more notoriety more PR, free PR. Let's put it in that way. Gives free PR to win. They must see that by now. And what should have been a simple issue since November 3rd, 2025, they have dragged it out now for months. Free PR. Free PR. I mean, no political party worth this salt just gives free PR to the political enemy. No party does that. So for months, they've just dragged this out. My brother, the speaker calls a meeting. It's a simple meeting. He says, I want to see all the MPs in the foyer. It is not a part of the official business of the National Assembly. So it's not done in the chambers, even though I personally think we should rethink that. I personally think we should rethink that. That it is done in the chambers. But nonetheless, he calls a meeting. He says, we're going to meet outside my office, right, at 12 o'clock. And he basically says, the meeting is called to order. This meeting is concerning the election of the leader of the opposition. Do we have any nominations? Somebody says, I beg to nominate Ashwin Mohammed. Somebody says, I second. You could have other nominations. I don't think there will be any other nominations, but you could have. Let's say there's only Ashwin Mohammed. I beg to nominate, I beg to second. Somebody could say, I beg that nominations close. Usually it's a show of hands because it's a short meeting. All in favor of Ashwin Mohammed. Well, if nominations close and it's only Ashwin Mohammed, he's leader of the opposition. There's no swearing in. There's no oath of leader of the opposition. That's it. Right there, under 5 minutes. There's no swearing in. That's it. A nomination, Ashwin Mohammed for leader of the opposition. All right? I second it. Any other nominations? No? I beg to close nominations. We have a leader of the opposition. That's it. And the fact that they have given months and months and months to this is fascinating to me. Let us get on with the business of the people. Let us get on with it. Please. The leader of the opposition has a salary. We're being on our diplomatic passports. Other countries, members of parliament, period, have diplomatic passports. Right? I think you get some old furniture from the National Assembly. And you get a budget. I don't think the budget is $10 million a year. Right? So they got to do up a budget and so on. And that's about it. You might get a vehicle. Part of that budget is for staff, a researcher, something, 2 or 3 staff, if so much. From that $10 million for the year. The first lady getting more money than the leader of the opposition. But we want to talk about them things. Leave it for another time. And that's it. That's it. So what should have taken less than 5 minutes in the name of God has taken us all these months. Since the 3rd day of November. Less than 5 minutes. I nominate. I beg to nominate. I beg to second. You look around, any other nominations? You want to be fair. Any other nominations? No. I beg that nominations close. We have a leader of the opposition, and life goes on. That's it. Punto final. Pretty militia, that is it. As simple as that. As simple as that. But these folks have complicated the whole thing. They've complicated. As I said, the speaker, he had some words. He had some words for the diplomatic community in this address last evening. Take a look. He had some words for the presumptive leader of the opposition. Take a listen.
Respond to some uninformed comments made by some members of our diplomatic community. The positions expressed by some sections of the media, some diplomats, and opposition members which give the impression that the National Assembly has been deliberately been inactive. They are false and outright absurdity. Our 13th Parliament, from the time it was convened on November 3rd, has been functional. In excess of 90 questions and 5 motions have been received by the clerk, analyzed, processed, and decisions communicated to opposition members. Among the comments made by some members of the diplomatic community include the election of the leader of the opposition in a speedy manner. To the U.S. ambassador to Guyana, I ask, who is the leader of the opposition in your country? Does the absence of an opposition leader interfere with your country's democratic process? To my dear friend Sébastien from the Canadian High Commissioner, your great democracy took 6 months to produce a budget last year. And your country has the unique distinction of having a person who was never elected to Parliament serve as a Prime Minister, a person imposed on the citizens of Canada by the former Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. We acknowledge with gratitude, much appreciation, the work of the diplomatic community historically for the support of democracy in our country. A democracy which has been restored in 1992, and a democracy which has been strengthened, fortified, and continues to be developed, especially with the changes introduced by successive People's Progressive Party civil governments.
Yeah, that was the speaker for you there, laying out his case that the National Assembly has been very vibrant and working, and nothing is wrong. Basically, that's what he's been saying. Nothing is wrong. I want to hear from you.
Sherrod, good morning.
Good morning.
Firstly, I miss you. I really miss you the couple of days from the program. Now, to the point. Second, what I want to know, why is it that Parliament is not being held at its official house of Parliament?
Why you think?
Secondly,
Why you think, man?
I am hoping that there will be a walkout on the budget come budget day. Because the PPP is disrespectful. They have no regards. They're unpatriotic and everything for the Guyanese people. And I am hoping that the opposition parties get together and just get their supporters and picket Parliament. And as the Speaker of the House, I can't even remember his stupid name. As for the Speaker of the House, he's very disrespectful. And I wish and I hope that the international community, wherever he get a visa for, the revoke his visa for his pampersness. Because when he coming out to attack these people, the ambassadors, then this has met its limit. Where is Guyana really going? Where are we heading? I am sick, tired, and fed up. Like, I just don't even know what next. I am fed up of them.
Yeah, we heading down. That's where we're going. We are heading down. It's not a good place. We're heading right down. Right down. Marlon says for pampersness.
Mr. Duncan, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you. You too.
My concern is about this budget day, and this budget day is the 26th. And then the Speaker of the House gonna come out last night to say that they're swearing in Mohamed Mondi. How 10 o'clock. So what time gonna be the budget in the afternoon? These people eyes really pass Guyanese now. And we as Guyanese, I feel we should start standing up to these people and let these people know that what they heading for, we don't want that. We don't want a dictatorship country. So I don't know is where Jack Dio and Ali going with thing. They doing what they want to do and how they want to do it and when they want to do it. And taking taxpayers' money doing all kind of bundle and nonsense with it. I just really get vexed and upset when I read about these things and the crime wave and the accident and
what's happening in the hospitals, the negligence and so on. Yeah,
that's my view this morning.
Thank you very much. Now, some very important points raised here. The swearing is 10 o'clock. Like I said, this is gonna be there's no big ceremony here. There's no big ceremony here. That's part of our problem as a country. That is part of our problem as a country, right? Whether it's whoever is the leader of the opposition, it should be part of what's happening mainstream. The business of the National Assembly. It should be part of the business of the National Assembly. But as it is not. So it happens aside from what's happening in the main auditorium, the well of the National Assembly, whatever you term it. Good. It's less than 5 minutes. That's going to happen. The reading of the budget, I think, starts from 2 o'clock. There's some preliminary things, administrative things that happens when the official business of the National Assembly gets underway. And then you have the reading of the budget. And of course, as you know, if we go by anything in terms of recent history, the member with the responsibility for finance, Dr. Ashley Singh, he's going to talk 5 to 6 hours. 5 to 6 hours, and people can be struggling before economically, and they can be struggling afterwards. We've seen this movie before, but one gets the impression this is being done because they don't want anything to disrupt their pageantry, their stagecraft with the reading of the budget. They don't want anything to disrupt that, and that's why they've pulled the election of the leader of the opposition very, very early in the day, because once that is concluded, let's say 10:15. Let's say all the members of the opposition are there. Well, you don't even need all members because Ashley Mohammed has the clear majority of opposition MPs, and by that alone, you didn't even need all opposition members present. Once he got a majority of his MPs there, they're good to go. The election goes forward, and then you have to wait all these hours in between getting up to 2 o'clock for the budget to be read. So clearly, they don't want any of the PR to be interfered with. So they're getting rid of this early in the day, right? And for them, whether you show up as an opposition member, you show up, you don't show up. But they don't want any disturbances. Ashley pontificating for hours, $1 trillion this, and you see the speaker side, return of democracy. That is quite interesting too. They're doing very undemocratic things over the last 6 years, but these are the folks who talk about democracy. Return of democracy. The folks who trample all over the Constitution of this beloved country of ours. So clearly, as I said, they don't want to have to deal with this. Any placards and rowdy MPs and so on, because this is part of the a high point in their political calendar. Or remember, diplomats are going to be there too. And perhaps they're even fearing that some of the diplomatic community do not turn up. So they're getting rid of this nuisance. We didn't want to have to deal with it. But now that the diplomats have spoken, we don't want that they don't show up to be part of the pageantry and to be part of the authoritarianism, to be part of the democratic backsliding, and so on, right? Because, of course, all of that speaks to the legitimacy of the regime. When the diplomats come and they sit down and the best friend for the speaker, Sebastian and Miller and Ontario and so on, the presence lend credibility and lend legitimacy. You see, so we don't. That's what they want. So they're getting rid of this. It's not that they frighten you. Is that they want their pomp and ceremony unimpeded. You see, that's what's going down here. So the meeting will happen for about 50, let's say 50 minutes max, and that's a stretch. As I said, a nomination, I do not expect that you'll have any other nominations besides Ashley Mohammed on Monday for leader of the opposition. Somebody moves a motion, second the motion, close nomination, right? Nominate, second the nomination, close nomination. We have a leader of the opposition. There is no swearing and there's no hand putting on the Bible and I swear to uphold the principles of leader of the opposition. There's none of that. The minute the election is concluded, you're the leader of the opposition, on with business. On with business. But, hold on. I'll tell you this. It has been part of the tradition of the National Assembly to have a, what do you call it? I don't want to use the word training, orientation for new MPs. Orientation. You know, you come and they show you the ropes. They show you the ropes, you know, your rights and responsibilities as a member of parliament and so on. None of that has happened since November 2nd. None of that has happened since November 2nd. Usually, they give you a device to help you get your work done. I remember in 2020, they gave us a tablet, what do you call it? Windows tablet. What do you call them? Whatever it is. But a Windows tablet. On the 3rd, they said that they had some problem with procurement or something like that. Some problem they had with procurement. And so they couldn't get the device on time. Today is the 21st day of January. The last time we met as National Assembly was November 3rd. To date. You know how big people do it? How us big people do it? No training for MPs. Device. So when the speaker talks about, oh, he's got 90 questions and this and that and things going nice. Committees. There has been no appointment to committees. So when he talks about this National Assembly operating and his business as usual and the status quo obtained, nothing further from the truth. Nothing further from the truth. None of it has happened. None of it. As I said, it's my studied opinion. They want to get rid of the nuisances early in the day so they can have their big gas guzzlers arriving and everybody tuning up and my God, and oh, the people who the EU, European Union, Election Observer Mission, and the Commonwealth, the people who they have told us had an uneven playing field for election 2025. Right? An uneven playing field. Here's some of what the speaker said, in addition to what we've already showed you there. The feral blasts for the diplomatic corps, and also the harsh words for the incumbent, well, not the incumbent, the presumptive leader of opposition, the fugitive from justice and all manner of things, you know. beyond the pale, beyond the pale. Take a look at this moment when the speaker says, I said all of that, I blew all that hot air, but a lot of hot air blow. blow. But he said, we're going to meet and we're going to have this meeting. That's what I really wanted to get to. We're going to have this meeting for the leader of the opposition to elect
the clerk of the National Assembly to convene a meeting of all the non-governmental members of Parliament for 10 a.m. on Monday, the 26th of January, 2026. And this is for the election of the leader of the opposition. I pray, I trust, that those involved in this process of electing the leader of the opposition would be guided by the dignity of the House, the reputation of our country, and the sanctity of the responsibility that has been entrusted upon them by the electorate.
But Gerald, we got to understand who we dealing with.
Tell us.
PPP we dealing with.
Tell us.
Some brutal, wicked, and evil men. And some racist men. It's as serious as that, Brother Sherrod. Some wicked and terrible men. We got some youngsters who parading as politicians. And we got to really put it there, because we can't depend on the foreign forces for they see, but they know that we got a part to play as opposition. Can't sit down and get it on a platter. We got to confront these people very serious. And for me, I think the way to start it is from the top. We got to get a very strong leadership. Got to get a very strong leadership. It could be a force to reckon with. The coalition could be a force to reckon with in that parliament, with the approach and the results from the approach. Not just the people just here and just go down. We must able to get results, and I think there's something that really tamper with us leading up to the elections. We fail too much on a lot of the misdeeds from the PPP. And if it was the other way around, it wouldn't reach no way close to the amount, and the PPP would have gained something if they were in our position. We fail, and we put the blame on money and all kind of things. Yeah, and if we got to change the strategy, we got to make sure, Brother Sherrod, in this time here, we got to gain. And then we start gaining back the trust of our supporters and so. Too much go down. Little Adriana, Sugate story, blatant other things. All them things we achieve no victory with none. And it's blatant things that could hold this wicked government accountable. I would like for the 12 to perform a nice duty and deal with these people case. We got to put some physical approach to these people either. You can't just sit down and say it. It's not gonna work. Because they're brutal and wicked. Sorry for taking so long. But it's a wicked dealing with it. Not no play.
Yeah, serious business. I hear you, my brother.
Right now we call that young man fugitive. I think Mr. Slow explained what is fugitive. I heard you explain what is fugitive as a lawyer. I think these people need to be more educated. That man is very biased in PPP camp, And he would always be in that, no matter what, he would never give the opposition a fair deal. But you know, God have his way to put hands. All of them, time coming, 5 years would soon be over. The time would soon be over. Oh, when they turn around, they ain't cry foul.
Yep. I agree with you. I hope
that doesn't cry foul. Yep. I do hope so that doesn't cry foul. Anyway, we missed you, Mr. Duncan. Continue to keep up the good work. We love you. You understand me? You're doing a good job and continue to do it. All I want from you guys, y'all come together and do what you have to do as opposition.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I love back.
Have a blessed and wonderful day. Continue to keep prayer because they are devils you are fighting against.
I hear you, folks. Sorry, we can't take your call. Send a voice note. Send me a voice note as we wrap up.
Sharon, I just listened to another piece of Mansour Nadir. Now, we're from 1992 for the 28th.
Folks, we can't take your calls. We're sorry. Years
that the PPP is in government or serving or pretending to serve the people of Guyana is democracy. Something is wrong with Ashley saying, is he for real? They destroy democracy. They have no respect for the constitution and the laws of Guyana. They do whatever they like, whenever they like, and everything haphazardly, with no respect for the people. So how could he be talking about restore democracy? Like, really? Is Ashley sick? Is Mansour Nadir serious? Because this is not Mansour no more, this is Mansour. Is he for real? These people are mad, they're crazy.
Yeah, because here he is pushing back.
I think they get dementia, amnesia, everything all mixed up in one, and they thief too much money, so it's confusing them. Look, watch. Anyway, Sharon, later, have a blessed day.
I like the look, watch. Like it wants to say something, but it can offend a lot of people. So you gotta hold back. You know. So again, folks, there you have it. Thanks to all of those of you who sent in your voice notes. Love hearing your voices. And we can keep pressing on. This is a small part. This is a small part of it. And that's why I want to go out there, because you see, when you get distracted with what they want to distract you on, you miss a lot of things. If I detect their distraction, I didn't meet out to Mabaruma and see the foolishness they're doing on the wrong. I want to meet to let them if I follow them up on their distractions.
Sharon, are we still here fighting with PPP? Oh, yeah. We had an election last September for win, and we couldn't come together and win it. But now we're here outside calling for unity to fight PPP again. Anyway, I'm watching.
I see what you did there.
We upside down as a people.
I see what you did
I swear, we upside down as a people.
I see what you did there. I see. I don't want to be a distraction myself. I want to stay working. The folks who want to stay a distraction, they can stay a distraction. But I wanna keep working on behalf of the people who have elected me. I have a mandate as a member of the National Assembly, and I want to be true to that. Folks, we're gonna leave it there this morning. Thanks so much for joining us. All those of you who came through this morning, thank you guys so much. They see that last caller there, problems. We're gonna see you guys on the other side of the day. That's our time. Stay safe, and that's our broadcast.